Rulemonger's Actual Play Podcast is proud to present Star Wars Saga Edition Dawn of Defiance campaign. Yeah, I'm in that one. Starring GM Jeff Ball as narrator and game master, with players Matt Witt, Ryan Messina, Aidan Williams, and Jay Tamlin, that's me, yep, and Frank Hamilton. Also featuring the voice talents of Connor Besh.
Yes, your shady sense is tingling. And if you were an indigenous life form, you would wait, hidden, either laying prone on the rocks or in the water, or come, circle the entire swamp and just close in a huge circle. But there's something here watching, and it has intent. You can feel it.
Okay.
You can see some dark shapes in the water here. You as well, Dr. Leth. You see this where I'm pinging by the first rock?
Yep.
Okay. Zin, paying attention to the land in a step more than, because like I said, the guy in front is looking for footing and we follow him, so he's actually a little distracted. The guy's behind going, okay, well, if I follow him on my peripheral, I'm good where I step, and you can look around a bit more. Zin's concentrating on the square in front of him to guide you all, so that's his excuse, taking 10 or no with his 11. Next we have Poser Sham. Poser?
Yep.
Concealed creatures lurking below the surface of the water, several, and they are spaced out in the water around the land formations. So either they have scuba gear, they're water breathing, or there's some kind of crocodile or whatever. But what you actually sense is not only like humanoids lurking, but an actual intent. A fear? No. Anger. These dudes are going to want to cause some suffering. That is the surprise round, gentlemen. We lie in wait. Several, but not all of our members, become alerted that there's something here. Roll for initiative.
Oh,
Ew.
actually.
9.
15.
Nice.
All right, you know what? I'll call them out from what I've clicked.
Don't call out mine, because I'm actually re-rolling mine as one of my racial attributes.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
Sexy.
Nancy.
I'll let you fix that. Okay, so Askaleth, what did you get?
I got a 5.
Poser came back with a 23.12.
Excellent choice, Mr. Poser.
Rahal, what'd you get?
I got 9.
Okay, Merrick.
15.
And Zin.
25.
Right.
Frank, you beast. You're being so modest.
Very nice.
He rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2.
Sad about it.
Be afraid, everyone. Be afraid.
Crikey!
All right. Your opponents lay in wait and can hold, but come up with a 20, so they can choose to do what they do, but the proverbial jig is up. Okay, so top of the initiative order, during the surprise round, still unaware, our scout is trudging, sort of forceless action, but from phones going off.
Nope, that's the sound I make when I trudge. It's a soft tinkle.
What? Am I the only one who tinkles when they trudge? Is that uncommon? I thought we all did that.
Did you just assume my trudging?
Yeah, it depends.
Surprise round, okay, as your numbers come up, you become aware of what I just said. So like I said, Zin's low perception is countered by his high initiative, but he's sort of already moving, making waves. Now I'm going to cut your movement in half, so your 6 squares becomes 3. You know you got to make it to the bottom right of the map, so give me 3 squares of movement, Zin, like everything's fine.
Like everything is fine.
Like everything's fine, and these guys are following you,
And diagonals are totally cool, bro.
Are free,
It's
yeah.
Saga.
Diagonals are free, so.
All right, there we go.
Thank
1, 2,
you.
3.
Next, we have Poser Sham, who gets a big walloping wave, and he is actually the only one aware of all the minis I've just placed on the board.
Okay, so am I allowed to act like I know they're there?
That's up to you. You can scream ambush. You don't have to say, I sense them in the force or anything. You can just, hey,
Yeah.
we're not alone or something, whatever you want to do. Or you just want to quietly, because you start calling out, these things can hear you. They might jump up.
Shoot it. Don't say anything.
Okay.
Just shoot it.
Force
Oh.
joke.
All of those are
Do
going
it.
to be very
Dude,
obvious
right out the
things.
gate. Just
I mean, if it's still
Well,
hiding...
that wasn't me.
idiot.
That was the temptation of the dark side.
can we cue the Emperor theme?
That reminds me. This module actually delves into one of the books we were not going to use. This adventure, delves into the Force Unleashed. You remember that video game where the guy had sick, crazy powers? And a lot of DMs are like, nope, not using this book. Well, opponents have a couple of powers, if not more, as I read along, from the Force Unleashed book. So now I'm using it.
Well, that's not very fair. We weren't allowed to use it.
Whoa. Can we?
No. Let's. We're breaking into the book slowly. Not every book out of the gate. As the module, these new worlds, this new adventure was first level, a long way to go. And I also did let you use powers and talents, just not crazy out of the gate force powers. So we're still good. Anyway.
I'd like to attack with that starship.
In the book, they have an advantage for a force user, which I'm now going to make standard in our rules, because it's right there in the rulebook. If a force-sensitive creature would like to burn a force point and call upon the dark side, they can immediately access a dark side power they do not know.
What? I am totally not force sensitive, but I will bully any of my force sensitive friends to do this.
Well, good thing I'm not your friend.
Yeah, and you don't know
Exactly.
he's force sensitive, but...
Bro! Djokovic!
I'm not force sensitive. I'm just extremely lucky.
with that,
Maybe in a few levels, buddy.
with that out there, now, if Vaden is smart and doesn't want to be tempted, he won't start immediately looking up every dark side power he can get his hands on, but it is rules. It is rules as written, Joy. So you want to burn a force point. However, it also plays into this campaign where dark side points cannot be redeemed like in a normal game. It will give you a huge tactical military advantage and a huge hero story cost if you keep doing it. Because there are no playable Darksiders in this campaign. If you cross your wisdom, then you become an NPC and you need a new character. Okay. Also, keep in mind that light side characters and dark side characters will react differently to you depending on how many dark side points you stack. You can also gain light side points for doing wonderful things, but they don't cancel each other out anymore. So, with all that in mind, Poser, you do not sense the dark side here. You do sense fear and aggression and force users who are trying to mask their presence. But as they do that, your own perception of, concealment, like you can only hide so well in the bushes with your awesome roll. So, ping, 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 you run into force using sentient creatures. And
interesting.
Everywhere, lying in wait for something. What do you do?
No, so at this point, Poser, while walking through the forest and whatnot, would have had his axe and chopping at big branches and whatnot to get them out of the way for the rest of the party. Kind of like you imagine the jungle expeditions with the lead guy with the machete.
Yeah, now I'm picturing you doing the Vietnam M16 over your head because there's some mechanical, electrical components to your guitar/weapon. You do not want to be in the water.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming this is over your shoulders like a pole and your arms are resting, or you're literally holding it above your head because the water's already up from your knee to your waist, to your knee to your waist, you know what I mean? One dip and that sucker goes, there goes your guitar.
Yeah. Or there goes us, depending on how much it gets electrified.
Sorry, but no, it would just short out, but it is in hand. If that was what you're going for, it is out.
Okay.
I'm also assuming that Merrick is walking along, rifle in the sort of down position, but, in hand.
Of course.
Surprise round. One action. What you going to do with it?
Oh, surprise round. Okay, I thought it was full round. My bad.
Surprise, mother.
This is a round where you're actually realizing everything I just described to you, reaching out with these initiative and perception / use of force checks.
Yeah. I'm going to try and whisper to the rest of the party behind us. Watch the rocks. There's an ambush.
Okay. Do you want to move? 3 squares of movement?
Yeah.
Or take a standard action like activate a force power? Because talking is free.
Actually, yeah. I'm just going to move up 3 blocks or 3 squares after whispering that. So that's my surprise round.
Okay. Now, normally you'd provoke, but I haven't even got into our initiative where we want to do something. So this guy that you sense, you walk right by and he doesn't move.
Yeah.
But you do mark him and know he's there. That's Poser. And now it's the people that are on the map, and they all go, and then we're technically into round 1 after that, which literally goes back to Poser. So that we're not confused, all those that made the perceptions can actually go, and I'll go down the line, which means we're going to skip Merrick. We're going to skip the guys that didn't, see us. So I don't want to be called out.
It's okay, guys.
Next
time we do better.
Okay. However, on 20, the water comes alive. Humanoids pop up. One right beside Poser, and one here, right beside you guys. No one appears on the far side of the map. But of course, we can play shark music, because guess what I'm doing? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Doing the amphibian crawl. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Merrick is unaware and has to skip this, one round. This one surprise round. Rahal, your shady senses tingled. And sure enough, boom, 2 creatures pop up right next to your allies.
What do they look like?
They look like this.
Oh my god. Shoot it.
That's cool.
Kill it with fire. What is that thing?
Lots of fire.
Awesome.
A humanoid creature with heavy stump-like feet, wearing only a loincloth and carrying a blade made out of a large alien jawbone, pops up. They have blue fluorescent war paint on their skin. Their heads are actually a tangle of spore-like vines, and they have deep holes, which hopefully possibly have eyes in them. But instead of hair, they have long tendrils that end in glowing little LED-looking blue lights. And their face structure, it looks like a war mask, or this actually is an alien creature whose head looks like it's comprised of a whole bunch of tendrils. Muscular
Destroy
arms,
it before it discovers the irony.
an open hand reaching out towards their opponents, but their hands aren't hands. They're actually a 4-fingered, webbed, suction-cupped maw, and this is what you see reaching out, almost like a giant square suction cup. And on the forearm, a small little 3-fingered hand jutting out of one arm. As they suddenly explode from the water, you see the golden dust stirred up in the air, the big giant vines in the background, the small crustacean-like plant life that grows in around the swamp.
Ew.
Right now, they're only moving because that's all we can do in the surprise round. They were hiding down in the water, and they jump up right next to you guys. Boom.
I draw my heavy blaster pistol.
Okay. Drawing is a move action, especially for someone like yourself that has a +0. So that's you. You arm yourself.
No. Oh, yes, right. Yes,
Right, because half that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Next, I believe we have Askaleth, who also sensed something. Now it's becoming obvious. What do you want to do?
Yeah, could I give like a knowledge galactic lore to see if I know what these creatures are?
Sure. The old crap. Friend or foe at a glance?
Natural 20 for 29.
29.
He knows all about this.
These are Felucian natives. These are, were on the soil before Galactic Republic people came and made cities and everything. These are actual natives to the land itself. They are the people of Felucia. You've heard of them. They're reclusive. They're tribal. They live in small mushroom huts. Mm-hmm. And they're rumored to have a connection to the land and the Force, but they're very reclusive and shy.
Well, if they're shy, why are they now blatantly attacking us? We must be encroaching on their territory or something.
Yes.
Fault.
Yes. Now, luckily, the knowledge checks, as far as I know, don't burn actions. It's like a free action. So what do you want to do?
Well, I had another question, though. I was wondering,
Sure.
would it be possible to, try to... would I have any knowledge of, the language system used for this one? I imagine this planet's well reported by now.
No. Like I said, you need to speak the language or have a translator, and your translator's left back on the ship fixing it. So everything just went sideways. Everybody got really, really nervous. It became tangible. All of a sudden, boom, guys come up. And everyone just explodes into motion, even though we're going through the turns.
These are the local... I see we've met the locals. Perhaps we can try to calm the situation. They aren't usually aggressive. I don't know why they're attacking right now.
Okay. Zin, blue is roll. Now we're actually going to start round 1, because that's the end of the surprise round. Back at the very top of the order, which is Poser Sham. So now we begin round 1 in earnest. Everyone's shown their hand, as it were. Poser, you are up, and the Felucian natives are on deck, followed by Merrick's first turn. So, Poser, you saw them, you sensed them, you walked by to see what he does, and sure enough, he jumps up at you, reaches out a hand, and is about to do something. The doctor yells something about, these are natives, try to defuse the situation. What do? This guy's lunging for you.
Yeah, so I'm going to use the specific subsection of the use the force check called telepathy.
Ooh.
As a standard action, you can establish a telepathic link with a distant creature. Through the link, you can exchange emotions or a single thought, such as go, help, or danger. Target must have an intelligence of 2 or higher, and the distance between you and target determines the DC. And on the same planet, it's a DC of 15. Against an unwilling target, you must make a use the force check against the target's will defense.
You're definitely going to have to target me because this guy is treating you like you're hostile. That's really neat.
Yes. But yeah, so Poser's going to try to send a calming emotion and the word friend.
Okay.
Or the interpretation of friend.
Okay.
Use a force check of 10. So
Just spreads hands wide and pulls out a daisy. Krishna, we coming. His he is a force user. You can sense it, and his defenses are up. And it just you send the telepathy, and it's ignored, rejected, or slammed. You don't seem to get that message across.
And if I fail it, I can't establish a telepathic link.
No,
with the target for 24 hours.
Okay, so solution number 1 is get out of my head. No Vulcan mind melding today. No Vulcans today. That's a standard action or a move action?
Standard.
Okay, you still have a move action.
Yes.
Try to back off directly, then unfortunately that would provoke. Unless you want to, you are carrying a large bladed vibrating weapon above your head. You want to put that away?
Wing, bada 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 bada.
I want to be your
friend.
friend.
Put it away
Bash.
as a part of a 5-foot step backwards.
Is there a 5-foot step in Star Wars?
Yeah, I guess that would kind of change everything. Jay, can you look into that real quick?
I'm looking. I can't find anything in the rules book about it.
I don't think but there is a tax of opportunity, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I got 2 stormtroopers played slap ass with me in the previous encounter, so that's how I know there's a tax of opportunity.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so
I think I found something. Hold on 1 sec.
Okay.
There's no longer any such thing as a 5-foot step. Moving 5 feet may still provoke an attack of opportunity subject to normal rules, but you can withdraw.
But that has to be your only
which
action.
Means yes.
Because he's done an evasive action by trying to penetrate his mind. I'm not willing. He had to beat a willpower, so unfortunately, yeah. So it's up to you. You want to stay put, or you want to do something like putting a weapon away, which again provokes?
I'm going to stay put, but put the weapon away.
Okay, that actually provokes. Stowing gear provokes. You can lower your weapon. You can try to look non-hostile. It's not away. You can still swing it at him, but you know what I mean? You can at least back up your gestures, If you're clutching your axe and rolling your fingers impatiently on it, glaring at him, going, friend... that doesn't look...
Actually, it doesn't it only takes your move action, but you just have to half your speed.
Yeah, but it provokes.
So
Stowing gear, actually provokes.
You can withdraw. Oh, yes. No, I'm talking about moving for the 5-foot step thing.
Yeah.
So they've eliminated taking a 5-foot step, but you can withdraw, and it doesn't take your whole turn. It takes half your movement, so you only get to move at half your speed.
Yeah. But that you can't take any other actions, and he's already used the standard action to try and invade my mind, even in a friendly manner.
No, you can. You can. The penalty is the speed.
So
you're willing. Standard action.
You're actually willing to chop at a guy and withdraw.
Yes, you could.
Really?
As long as the square you end on is non-threatened, and it's within half of your movement, so you could attack and then withdraw.
So you want to do that? You back up 3. Now, technically, you're already at half movement because you're wading through the water, so you actually have 1.5. So you can only really back off 1 square. But if you back diagonally, he does not threaten this square.
Well, yeah, if that's the case, then I'm going to do that and just kind of
okay.
Can I also lower my weapon to make it seem less hostile?
Sure, that's like a free action because you're not letting it go. You're just kind of playing the part. So that's fine. Okay, so that's Poser, doesn't provoke, backs off, tries to make with the friendly in the mind meld. From you guys, again, it doesn't look like he's using the force. The doctor says, no, they're natives or whatever. It just looks like Poser's backing off. So that's Poser. Now we go. These guys are going to move them first before I forget. 5, 6. So these guys do double moves in the water. Poser, you sense them closing. They're restricted to movement like you. They are trying to swim, but it's half move. So they're just rapidly trying to swim under the water. So guys, Poser's the only one aware of the yellow guys out here. The only two you guys are aware of are the two that have literally popped up. These guys, that reaching hand, right? Their weapon is in their other hand. They don't reach to grab you. They don't reach to like secure you and chop you with the jawbone. They try to move right up to you. So this guy takes a step forward and swings at you with his jaw blade. Zin, same thing. This guy takes a step forward.
Well, that's not very neighborly.
The hand is still up, like it's an aiming mechanism or something. Nope, unfortunately, it's a complete misunderstanding. We don't speak the doctor's language. And you guys traipse through here, and they literally are still acting like it's an ambush. They pop up. They immediately engage with melee to the two closest targets. And we have a plus to hit you, which is a little bit better than your average Stormtrooper. So, Poser's guy. Swing! 6. Miss. Oh, that was on 17 so long. A 7 plus 3 is 10. What is your reflex, Zin?
It really did linger.
Let's see. My reflex is 12.
Coming at you guys, slashing, churning up the water. You guys react, lean back, narrowly dodging blows of these sharp jawbone teeth saber clubs that these things are swinging around. And the force, these muscular tree-like arms come at you. Like, when these guys move, they're almost as big as Merrick. Like, this guy takes a step and swings at you, and you can feel the force of the blow. Whoosh. Passing by you. They are strong. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong numbers. My Felucian Scout here, with his skull blade, actually has a plus 6. That kind of changes things. 9 for Poser, and 13 for Zin.
That hits.
Sorry.
Still misses on Poser.
Terribly sorry. Zin, a mighty swing comes at you, and you take 14 points of damage as this thing connects in your connects in your shoulder, pushes you back, and draws straight across your chest and practically sends you stumbling back into the water. You're down to half from 26.
Oh my goodness.
Wasn't 14 his threshold?
It was my threshold.
Ooh, it is.
Yep, I marked it on the condition counter on
So,
the character sheet.
when you hit your threshold is a base number based on your fortitude and con and everything of how much damage you can take in one big foul swoop without have some bad happen. Now, in this case, it knocks him down the condition track. And on top of damage, these guys have a condition track, which has 5 steps. And as they come down, the characters are getting beat up so badly as well as wounded, they start incurring penalties. So Zin, who is fine, is now 1 spot down the condition track, and it's going to take it -1 to hit, damage, skills, everything. Then it goes to 2, then like 5 and 10, and boom, you're unconscious. So Mr. Zin, -1 to everything you do, please.
Yep.
Until you can heal and rest and get all better.
Yuck.
Yuck. Next, Merrick. Tangos, 12 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares to the first incursion through 2 friendlies. One has jumped up and is swinging at Poser, and you hear Zin curse a little bit further away as he takes a blow. Merrick.
That sucked.
Merrick, you're up. Rawl, you're on deck. What do you want to do, Merrick?
I would like to take aim at the closest duder and shoot him.
Okay. You have friendlies in the way, and we'll ignore the jargon about cover bonus at the moment, but do you want to, like, move up?
Taking aim should help.
Okay.
Now it's been a bit on me, or I have to request on some aid for my brethren about what taking aim actually does. I believe it negates cover bonuses.
It does. Now, the precise shot and point-blank shot feats still apply, so you need to take...
No. Just take aim, action.
Yes, but you're firing into melee with a friendly. This has nothing to do with concealment.
Alright, I don't have a precise shot, so I will avoid that shot and choose a target that is not engaged in melee.
The 2 that you see and are aware of are both engaged.
Alright, well, you know what? Then I'll engage in the one that's engaged in melee.
The only other thing I can think of is tricky, nasty, and I'm not going to mention it.
It's okay. I'm going to shoot him real good. You just watch this.
Okay.
What does Poser have a bad feeling with the Force right now?
Yeah, bad
Gonna
feeling
get
about this.
blaster burns really quick.
And lob a grenade onto the island and hope to catch those two guys in the back of the blast? No. It would be...
All right.
Sasha, talk to this one.
So what do you do?
Take aim and let Sasha do the negotiating.
All right, ping the square. You're going to hit this
just,
guy center mass?
Yeah. I'm just shooting. I'm not doing anything crazy. Just pew, 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 pew.
Oh.
It's not the underbarrel grenade launcher, it's the blaster fire.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hear Sasha and I think grenade launcher.
Sasha's the gun.
Yeah.
Sasha yelled at the grenade launcher. Sasha just judges you as generally like typical blaster fire.
Okay, I gotcha.
No problem.
You are closest to the cover that you are shooting through, taking aim, negates. You take a shot at this guy. You have to take a -5 for precise shot, I believe it is.
Yep,
If you don't
get-
-5 if they're in melee.
What if I didn't care?
Oh, snap.
They don't ever give you that option. They're like, here's the feat to cancel it. Otherwise, it just states you got to take -5.
Because Raul's not engaged in the melee.
Well, it's not like I don't want to take -5 so I don't hit my friend. It's that if I wanted to be certain to hit this guy because he's jumping around with a dude, I take the -5. Otherwise, they just say, "Oh, you just miss." That's how
Right.
I'm taking it as. So it'd be like if you don't take your penalty, it just automatically misses because you just don't get your shot. You got to take. It's almost like special aiming. I take the -5 penalty because I time my shot. Blah, blah, blah.
Adjudicate. I just asking.
Okay, so 14 to hit drops it to a 9, and that is a miss. You would have had him. You shoot right through the square he was in, and he's dodging and leaning out the blow, and straight through the map. Next, Rahal. You are armed. You are right next to Merrick, who just opens up with his rifle. What do you do?
I will open up with my pistol.
Okay. Do you have point blank precise?
I have point blank. I don't have
No.
precise.
Now, yeah, okay. Let's say scoundrels get that for free, so actually a scoundrel could have it, but a noble does not. So, shoot.
No, noble does not.
And who are you shooting? Close guy?
I am going to shoot this guy.
4 squares away is Poser. Tangling up with the guy. 6-7 squares away is the guy Rahal shot at. Okay. Shoot. See if your luck changes.
Shooting. 19.
Oh.
Oh,
-5.
we might have a first. We might have a first.
What's extra special is the fact that other people are missing and you're actually hitting. That's
Do it, do it,
makes
do it, do it.
special. My reflex is I'm in a loincloth. It's not very high. You hit. You do damage of 11
Woohoo!
points
11 damage.
and drop him on the spot.
Yes. Sweet. Saving my buddies in.
But you down he goes. Blunk. All right. Dr. Leth, you are up, and then Zin's on deck. Dr. Leth.
I draw my pistol and set it to stun. I believe that's
Say
probably
they're ignoring you. The Felucians are beating on your guys, and then your 2 guys behind you just light a guy up. Oh no, he did not. Oh hell no. Right?
Yeah, me and Merrick, we don't mess around.
We could say Merrick gave you the what do you call it? The tracer fire, right? Follow the shot in. You guys are adjacent.
He lit the target.
There you go. All right. As a move action, you draw your weapon. As a free action, you set it to stun. And if he's within 6 squares, 1, 2, 3, you could stun somebody like this guy. Do you wish to do so?
I do. I didn't know I could switch as a free action.
I'm pretty sure you can switch the settings as a free action. We determined that with the auto fire.
Yes, you
Cool.
can.
Okay. Then I will indeed shoot.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, with stunning, it's a pain in the butt. It's less damage or whatever, and then there's just a condition track, and it's not like Princess Leia, one big cone of blue waves, and down they go. You actually have to shoot the guy like 3 times consecutively and hit to get them down to the unconscious. But they do take penalties every time you strike them, which makes them much weaker to hit your friends. So, still worth it. Think of it as a
then
debuff.
feel free to ignore this first damage roll, I guess, then. Or do we just divide it in 2?
For stunning?
Well, a gun usually has specific stun damage.
I know it has like ion damage to the back.
Or,
Yeah, good.
yeah, ion damage, I think.
It's like 1 dice less. Anyway, so what do you carry? What's your weapon?
Heavy blaster pistol.
So that's 3d8. So you're going to do 2d8 stun. And you're going to knock him down the condition track. and they have a threshold.
Okay, I haven't got it set up to give me 2d8 stun, so I'll just roll 2d8 after, but I'm rolling into -5 because I'm shooting into melee.
Okay, so -5, 14 is 9.
No, I included -5 in it with that other modifiers thing.
Oh, okay. So 14 actually hits him. The damage, 2, 5, and an 8. We can just take off a dice, right?
Sounds good.
So,
Which dice did you want to take off?
well, it would probably be the last one because you're minus. You know what I mean? You only get I only get the first 2 rolls, not all 3. So it'd be the last one. Unfortunately, it's your best one. But so 7 points of stunning damage, and he moves down the condition track. 7 points is not my threshold, so you don't get to do the double. So yeah, it can actually take less than 3 shots because if you're pushing the guy's threshold and stunning him with massive amounts of damage, you could really knock a guy cold pretty quick. Maybe 2 shots. Anyway, moving on. Good hit. Wait a minute, the 2 nobles are like taking these guys bullet the blaster pistols. One guy kills
assassin.
him. Yeah, light side, dark side, right? Shoots him dead, the other one just stuns him. Of course, he might be just trying to, get a prisoner. And
I prefer to think of myself as the gray side.
That's why the dark reason why Dr. Leth uses stun setting. He's like learns his language and then asks if he finds any of his company. Asks the native loincloth wearing.
He's not trying to save him to make peace. He's trying to save him because he wants a live sample.
That's right. Do you find any of my fellows attractive? Would be his first question he asks in his language. I'll just sit here and take notes. No, I'm just kidding. It's legitimate research. We're razzing poor Jay too much. All right, good hit, sir. Zin.
I'm not real familiar with Star Wars combat rules, so how far can I move and still squeeze a shot off? My full move is 6.
Now the guy here, okay, is
he's dead.
Is dead. So your best option is to move to the landmass, right? You get 3 squares, so it's like or like 3, and you have purchase of the land, and then you can just shoot anything. You're dead center. You're on the highest ground you're gonna find, and just let fly.
All right, that's it. That sounds like a solid plan.
I'm just assuming that he's going to wade over to like some dry land and pull the rifle, right?
So looking at it, I actually do 3d8 stun damage.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's a total of 15, which actually knocks... now, when my stun damage drops my hit points to 0, I fall unconscious. My threshold, also unconscious. So he goes 2 down the track. You hit my threshold, 1 down the track, plus stunning knocks me down the track, plus I'm at 0 hit points. So you actually knocked this guy out cold. So he's going to have a little sleep now. Okay, so he's down. Well done, Doctor. Anyway, Zin.
All right, since I don't have an available target, because I don't see this guy.
Right.
Okay, I'm just going to move back towards the group then.
Also, because you're a scout, you still only have a base attack of 0, which means you're going to blow a move action pulling the rifle.
Yeah, I'm just going to... Basically, I'm just getting out of the way. Because I'm already at half. I can only take 1 more hit. And I'm not comfortable still being on the front. So I will go there.
Could someone help me take him to the land before he drowns?
There we go.
You only get 3 squares of movement, though. Because you're...
Oh, okay. I'll just make a single move then, and then unholster the weapon.
Round 2. Poser Sham, and then the natives are on deck. Poser.
Yes.
This guy comes at you, takes a swing, you're backing off, and then a stun comes from your allies, and it's the doctor giving you the bromance nod. Sorry.
Well, actually, I asked if you could help possibly move him from drowning in the water. Unconscious bodies floating in water. It isn't usually a recipe for success.
Actually, with your last roll, you know that these guys are amphibians.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Amphibian creatures can breathe water and land or have like a crazy amount of lung capacity.
Okay, just making sure. Because I don't want to kill this thing by dragging it up on the land.
No, the doctor could play dumb and just like, oh yeah, you don't want him to drown. Free sample, gather free sample.
I like how the unconscious symbol is back pain.
He's just so excited because this is the first combat in a while.
And both Rawl and the doctor, like this is the first combat. Remember, Jay missed that session.
Yeah. Noble high five.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
If you're within 6 squares of a fellow noble, finger guns or noble high five. Free action. Poser, what do you do?
Okay, so can I just use... Or how much of an action does it take to drag this guy up onto land with me?
1, to retrieve an object. I'll even be nice and say, even though he's concealed in the water, you can see him in the forest, blah, blah, blah. 1 to grab a leg, 2 to pull. So pretty much it's going to be your turn to just get this guy and drag him out of the way.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'm not going to do that.
I'll even change his name from Felucian Native number 1 to Hostage number 1. This is technically
I don't want him as a hostage.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to drag him up on the land.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
To show the other ones that I know are there that friend, like trying not to kill. But
dragging him like a prize carcass. Friend.
Except for that one time.
Anyway,
that wasn't me.
2 actions.
That was a band camp.
Yes. What stays in Felucian band camps. Okay, we're not going there. Are you grabbing him, dragging him, or what are you doing?
No, so if that's the case, Poser is going to move up to this rock, or up to this landmass, and drop his axe in front of him as like a swift action. Like kind of kneeling, to show like, look, peace, and then going to use the force telepathy on this guy.
Okay. Pull the Qui-Gon Jinn. Immediate hostility over. Quick meditation. Let's resolve this. Nicely done.
Yes. Use a force of 19 to beat his will defense.
All right. We are friends. Even though you just witnessed us possibly killing and maiming one of your own. I want to be friends. Okay. You do manage to breach his mind defensive, and he's swimming along, and you're like, I want to be friends. Why can't we be friends? Done. And done. Us. These guys pop up. Right here. 2, 3. I can't see it. 7 squares? Is that
7 squares.
7 squares?
7.
Okay.
Yep.
This guy just pops out of the water, and out goes the hand. This guy here, again, I can't see the squares.
It's 4.
4 squares. That guy pops out of the water. 1, 2, 3. The doctor, 9 squares. 1, 2. Rahal, 12 squares. Merrick, 12 squares. Okay. These 2 in the center move into a position. The 2 on the outside pop out of the water. That large suction cup hand pointed at you. It's almost like now they gauge you. They make a sweeping motion towards their chest and a scooping motion from up under themselves and hold an imaginary ball of nothing. And almost immediately, debris, air, wind, all those golden particles that were in the air are telltale signs of an invisible force that immediately gather, all Goku ball-like, between them, and they literally Powerball Z your butts. Boom, 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 boom. 4 in a row.
Kame.
Call.
Kame.
Yes.
Ha!
Force Blast. Standard action. Can use the force check as a ranged attack roll against any target within 12 squares and line of sight. The check result exceeds your reflex. You take 2d6 points of damage and possibly get knocked down. So
let's see you use the force. Come on, bring it.
Well, we're native force users. We're not, balance the force Anakin Skywalker users. So
it's racist.
Let's go left to right. Let's start with actually the guys in Poser.
Yo.
We better start with them, the opposite force user. 13. What is your reflex?
13.
Ooh. Just hit you. Zin.
14.
18. Wham. Dr. Leth. 12. The ball comes at you and it's like, nope. Too far.
14. You missed.
And Rahal being our last target.
12.
9. Okay. Poser and Zin up front get hit. Now, the 2 rolls I did were 13 and 18.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll damage, and 18 is my concerned. That's Zin, who has a reflex of 12.
Yep. 14.
14. Okay, so I didn't beat you by 5. I was going to say, because you know how Poser always loves his... And if I beat the DC by 5 and 10, there's extra effects. So for right now, you guys take 2d6 of force damage that's compressed air ball of debris. Wham. Poser takes 7 points. Zin takes 8 points.
Ouch. Poor Zin. Run. Hide. Come to me. I have med packs. Run to the doctor. That would be a good idea, too.
Yeah. Still on their turn. Poser, what did you say you were doing? You were sitting down and you were trying to make friends with this guy, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I pretty much like went to my knees, almost like a prayer type position.
Can I have a perception?
Axes on the ground in front of me.
Perception. All around, guys. Because everybody could possibly see this.
Perception or use the force from me?
Always your choice. Because I'll take note of what
Definitely
I see
use the
pop up.
force. Great. Old natural 1 for 8.
Oh, I got a 18 for a total of 24.
I got a 6.
I got a total of 18.
My shady sense is on point today.
Natural 1.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Those of you
Zin is busy.
that get over 12 hear a sound. A
Hey! Stop! Hey, you gotta stop fighting over there.
like he's shouting bilingually in Galactic Basic and some other language, or the guy is just crazy.
Who is?
15 or above, you see a person wearing what looks like a ghillie suit on the far edge of the map, and he is treading through the water as fast as he can, waving his arms above his head in the big don't land here zone kind of motion back and forth. But because of the distance and the fact that you're like in adrenaline combat mode, not everybody notices him. So if you got over 12, you can hear someone yelling to stop the far away. If you get over 15, you guys can actually see a dude in a ghillie suit trudging towards us, yelling and screaming to stop. And that's the end of the NPC turn.
We need your perception.
You'll just shoot him. Oh yeah, I see him. Thanks.
Merrick, we need your perception. Do it. Ryan.
Actually, this is a good spot to leave it.
Oh, no, it's not. It's a terrible
It's
spot.
awesome.
Yeah, this is
It's
a terrible
halfway
spot.
through. It's halfway through a combat. No, I got to start doing the combat games are too long for episodes. You get halfway through an episode of like, we're in trouble, and then you kill it. He comes running towards you.
Hey, you guys can't be fighting over there. You gotta knock that off. You guys, this is a big misunderstanding. It's a mistake.
And those that see and hear, and we'll find out what happens next time on a Star Wars Saga.
On Kill a Scout.
On Kill a Scout.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine. Just a flesh wound. You're fine.
It's that's what you get for being in front.
You're fine.
How dare I?
Do your job.
That's
pal.
your job. The catch-22 of playing the scout class. It's like, yeah, I can do all this crazy cool stuff, but I'm going to usually be on the front line when I want to be on the back.
Perceived all those threats, and this is the one time Frank actually blew his perception and waded right out and became a meat shield.
Oh, see, now that Stick song stuck in my head.
What's that?
Shoot. I can't believe I'm blanking on it.
The jig is up.
No, no, totally no. It's like 80s, like thick.
What?
Yeah.
Not-
Give me a sec
That's
to
the heat
find
is
my
on.
iPod.
That was like the heat is on.
Yeah, that was the heat is on. That isn't it. But here, one second. I have it on
I
my
know what you're
iPod.
saying.
Give me a minute. Yeah, it's a Stick song.
Hello, my old friend. Like an overlay.
Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade.
Yeah, the
The
song
jig
Renegade.
is up,
by
they
Stick.
finally found you. You renegade, you had it made. That one?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
'Cause I'm a wanted man. I'm a wanted man.
For some reason, I had this image of like Heavy Metal, that animated cartoon movie.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Very nice.